I think my AirPods could use a cozy. Let's make one. We're going to start by casting on 30 stitches. I'm using cotton fair in our sport weight, and I am using a size 4 needle, which is 3.5 millimeters. You can find this free pattern on our site at premieryarns.com. I'm using the long tail cast on for this today. All right, I'm done casting on my stitches. I left a really long tail. We're going to use this later for seaming our piece. This cozy is worked flat. I am working on circular needles today, but you can also work on straight needles. It doesn't matter. To help keep it out of the way, I like to sort of loop up my long tail and then make a little knot in it so it's not bugging me, and so I also don't get it confused with my working yarn. And since I used a long tail cast on for this piece, our first row is going to be a wrong side row. And this is worked in stockinette stitch. So that means when we're on the wrong side, we are going to purl all the stitches. Okay, we've completed our first row, which was a wrong side row. Now we are getting ready to work our right side row. And again, since we are working stockinette stitch flat, that means on right side rows, we will knit all of our stitches. All right, we've just completed that last wrong side row. So that's 3 rows total. We did a wrong side row, a right side row, and then another wrong side row. And now we are ready to work our opening row. So we're going to knit 8 stitches. And then this row will have a small hole that we can thread that loop closure through to help keep our little cozy secured around our AirPods. All right, let's see. All right, we have knit 8 stitches, and now we are going to yarn over and then knit 2 together. And that's going to just create a small hole that we will use as our closure. So I'm just going to knit to the end of this row now, and from here we are going to work even in stockinette stitch. So that is knitting on our right side rows, purling on our wrong side rows, and we're going to do that until our piece measures 2.5 inches from the cast on edge, and we're going to again end having just worked a wrong side row. So we just finished our wrong side row, and we are now at 2.5 inches. So we are ready to do the shaping for the bottom of our cozy. So this is our decrease row, and it starts with a knit 1, and then our repeat is knit 1, slip, slip, knit. And I'm doing a modified slip, slip, knit here. And then we are going to knit 8, and then we are going to knit 2 together, knit 1, and then we're going to repeat that. So it's going to be knit 1, slip, slip, knit, knit 8, and we're going to knit 2 together, knit 1, and then outside of the repeat, our last stitch is a knit 1. So we've reduced our stitch count by 4 stitches by working those 4 decreases, and now we are ready to bind off. And since we're binding off on a wrong side row, we're going to be doing that purlwise. So I am doing, this is slightly stretchier than a regular bind off. It just gives it a little bit of extra give. And once we have bound off all our stitches, we are ready to seam our cozy. All right, we are just binding off this last stitch. And again, I'm going to leave a long tail because our first tail is going to be used to seam our vertical seam. And then I will leave a long tail here just in case I need more yarn to seam the bottom of our cozy. I'm going to undo the little knot that I made in our long tail. And then I'm going to thread this on my tapestry needle. And we are ready to seam. So first I like to line my edges up. So I am going to bring this up here. So we want to make sure that we are coming from the wrong side to the right side on this first one. And then I'm going to go up and catch that running thread between the stitches. I'll kind of spread it out here so you can see that we've got all these little threads right here. That's where we want to catch. And when I'm doing mattress stitch, I like to catch every other one. A lot of times it will depend on how thick the piece is that you are seaming. If you've got really large loose stitches, you can catch every one, but something like this, which is a smaller gauge, I like to do every other one. And you can also catch 2 threads. And then once you get a little bit going, you can just pull tight, and that's going to make a nice invisible seam for you where we join those 2 together. So I'm going to continue seaming this vertical seam, and then I'll come back and show you how we're going to seam the bottom. So I've completed my vertical seam, and you can see it is nearly invisible. And now we're going to get ready to do the bottom seam, which is going to be a horizontal seam. And I still have a good amount of yarn left over, so I'm actually going to trim this long tail that I left from binding off. I'm going to trim it down a little bit so it's not in the way and just tuck it inside, and we can weave that in later. All right, so I've got my end trimmed. So if you are not using this for seaming, just tuck that inside. And then now we are ready to do our horizontal seam with mattress stitch. So I'm going to take the same tail that I used for my vertical seam, and now I'm going to come up in between. So you can see I'm coming up through the middle of this knit stitch. And then I'm going to come up, and then on this side, it's a little hard since we're not seaming it flat anymore. We're doing it in a round. So I need to make sure I'm catching the stitches in the beginning. And so in the beginning and in the end, it'll be a little difficult, but we're going to make sure that we catch right under this V. So you can see I'm going under the 2 legs of this stitch. So now we're under that, and then I'm going to come back in. This is the stitch that we came out of. So I'm going to go in and then over. So we are now coming out of the stitch next to it. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up right here to this snip stitch and go under. And then go back into the stitch we came out, go next to, come out. Now we have our cozy seamed and we are ready to create the loop for our closure. We are going to start by casting on 22 stitches, and then once we finish casting those stitches on, we're going to immediately bind them off. We are also going to be using a long tail cast on for this again. Now we have our 22 stitches cast on, and we're just going to go ahead and bind them all off. And this is going to create a nice, simple, sturdy closure for our cozy. Now we have all our stitches bound off and our loop closure is complete, and you can see what a nice, sturdy, slightly stretchy closure that this method makes. So I am going to fold the piece in half and whip stitch the two ends together. Thread it onto my tapestry needle, and I am just going to go around, and I'm going to go again up in between. Help hold them together so it's easier while we are attaching it. So here is the opening for our loop closure, and we are going to be attaching our loop opposite of that. So I'm going to use my tapestry needle to poke up behind it so I know exactly where I need to place that loop. All right, we have our loop placed opposite that opening, and I'm going to start duplicate stitch by coming up underneath one of the stitches to get our yarn in place. And I'm going to turn this piece inside out for easier seaming. All right, now we have our piece inside out and we are ready to continue duplicate stitching our loop in place. So I am going to follow the existing stitches on the wrong side of the piece, so this way they won't be visible on the right side of our cozy. And we're just going to continue in this manner, following the stitches until you feel that the loop is secure enough. All right, our loop is sewn in place and we are ready to use our cozy. You can see you could slip the loop right through the opening. And now I'm ready to pop my AirPods in and take them along with me. The loop is great for attaching your AirPods to a purse, a keychain, so they're not going to get lost in the bottom of your bag. I hope you enjoyed knitting a cozy with me, and thanks so much for joining me.